everyone and welcome to Munira's maths class. I know maths is hard, but we can do hard things. So today the topic is factorization. Let's first understand what is meant by factorization. So say we have a number 15. What are the two numbers when multiplied with each other gives us 15? 3 and 5. So we'll say 3 and 5 are the factors of 15. When there are numbers, it is easier to find out the factors, but when it comes to variables, so for example, if we have 3y, what are the factors of 3y? We do not know the value of y here, so we can easily say that when 3 is getting multiplied by y, we will get 3y. So 3 and y are the factors of 3y. Let's do some more examples and a bit longer ones. There are many ways of factorizations, a few methods with which we can do the factorization of different expressions. Let's do middle term breaking today. So, for example, we have an expression x squared plus 5x plus 6. Now remember, this is an expression. This is not an equation. Unless we have an is equals to sign here, and let's say I put a 0 here, this does not become an equation. So at the moment, this is an expression and we have to factorize it by middle term breaking. The first step is to see what is our last term. It is a plus 6. You have to make two brackets, and in these two brackets you first have to write your x. Now if the last term carries a positive sign, the signs within the brackets will be the same as the sign of the middle term. So the sign of the middle term is plus here, we'll write plus here, we'll write plus here. Next step, we'll now find out two numbers which when multiplied by each other gives us a 6, and when they are added together they'll give us a 5. So let's say 2 and 3. 2 and 3 when multiplied by each other, they give us a 6. And when we add them together, it gives us a 5. So we'll just write 3 here and 2 here, and here we have our factors for this expression. Easy, isn't it? Let's do one more example. And the equation is x squared minus 7x plus 6. The first step, again, just check the sign of the last term. It is plus. Whatever is the sign of the middle term, we'll just take both the same sign within the brackets. Okay, so just make two brackets, x here, this is minus here, so we'll put minus and minus. Because this is plus, that's why we are taking the sign of middle term in both the brackets, and it will be the same, right? Now again, two numbers which when multiplied by each other gives us a 6, but now this time when we add them together with the same signs, it should give us a 7. So 2 and 3 is not gonna work, because though it is giving us a 6 when multiplying by each other, but it is not giving us a minus 7. So let's take 6 and 1. 6 and 1 multiplied by each other gives us a 6. When we add them with these signs, it will give us a minus 7. So just put one number here and one number here, and we have our two factors, right? Okay, now let's see if we have a negative sign in our last term. So for example, the question is x squared minus 5x minus 6. Now, first step to check what is our last term, which sign does it carry. So it carries a negative sign. So again, we'll have to make two brackets. But now, in this case, we have to take opposite signs within the bracket. So one will be with plus and one will be with minus, right? Now the two numbers which when multiplied by each other gives us a 6, and when we add them together with these signs should give us a 5. So let's say 2 and 3. If we multiply 2 and 3, it is giving us a 6, but when we plus them or with the help of these signs, it will not give us a 5, right? So we'll have to take another number, 6 and 1, multiplied by each other giving us a 6, and if we put say 6 here and 1 here, it will give us a 5. So because plus 1 minus 6 is a 5, minus 5, right? But but be very cautious here that you have to put a bigger number with that sign, whichever is the sign of the middle term. Just have to be cautious in this. And here we are with our two factors of this expression. Let's do one more example with the same situation. So say our expression is x squared plus 7x minus 8. Again, we have minus 8 here. So our bracket will include two opposite signs. So x here, plus, minus, two numbers, the factors of 8, when we multiply them, should give us an 8. So let's say 2 and 4. It is giving us 8 when we multiply, but it won't give us a 7 when we add them using these signs. So we won't take these two numbers. Let's take 8 and 1. Multiplied 8, and if we use them with these two signs, it may give us a 7. Remember, the middle term has a positive sign. We need a positive sign with a bigger number. So 8 is a bigger number. We'll put 8 here and we'll put 1 here, and these are the two factors of our expression. Now this was the factorization with three factors. I just want to go through with the factorization when we have only two terms with us. So let's do the factorization with two terms. So say we have an expression x squared minus 25. We have to take three things into consideration. Number one, if we have two terms, if we have a negative sign between them, and if both the terms are the squares of any numbers, then only we can factorize this expression. The three conditions are fulfilled here. So let's do the factorization. And how do we do that? We'll just make two brackets. We'll write x here, we'll write x here, we'll write a plus here and a minus. And then what is the under root of 25? 5. We'll write 5 here and we'll write 5 here. And these are the two factors of this expression. So basically there's a formula for this which says a square minus b squared, and the factors will be a plus b, a minus b. Let's do one more example. Say we have y squared minus 16. The three conditions are there are two terms, second there is a minus sign between them, and the third, both terms are the squares of a number. So we'll just go by that formula. We'll write y plus minus, and then what is the under root of 16? 4. And these are the two factors of this expression. So this was all about factorization with two factors and factorization with three factors. Hopefully next time we'll be doing factorization by completing the square.